We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
So earlier today, CNN had RFK Jr. on the show, and he was being interviewed by Kasie Hunt. And Kasie Hunt's probably, I would say, one of the few people at CNN that's still holding MAGA politicians and MAGA journalists accountable for their lies and their propaganda spewing machines. So she brought him on and was questioning him about like what's his agenda, like what are his goals and his new position as a cabinet member in Trump's presidency as a health guru. And she asked him about vaccines and about his anti-vax stance. And of course, blatantly, right off the bat, he lies. And she calls him out on that one. And not just on one lie, but another lie as well. Let's check out the clip here. Roll the clip.
You have gained notoriety for your skepticism about vaccines. And over the summer in an interview, you said, quote, "There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective." Do you still believe that?
I never said that.
So stop me. We have the clip. Please play the clip.
You've talked about that the media slanders you by calling you an anti-vaxxer. And you've said that you're not anti-vaccine, you're pro-safe vaccine. Difficult question. Can you name any vaccines that you think are good?
I think some of the live virus vaccines are probably averting more problems than they're causing. There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective. What I'm saying is that none of the 72 vaccines has ever been tested in a safety study pre-licensing.
So let me ask you if you think it's wise for people to take these vaccines, because you had this to say on a different podcast about whether people with young babies should be getting them shots. Watch.
For many, many years, I think parents were so gaslighted and they were scapegoated and they were vilified and marginalized, so that even parents of kids who were very, very badly injured knew what happened to their kid, but they were just reluctant to talk about it. And I think now those days are over. Our job is to resist and to talk about it to everybody. If you're walking down the street, and I do this now myself, which is, I don't want to do, I'm not a busybody. I see somebody on a hiking trail carrying a little baby, and I say to them, better not get them vaccinated. And he heard that from me. If he hears it from 10 other people, maybe he won't do it. Maybe he will save that child.
Maybe he will save that child. You think preventing vaccines for a child will save that child? Do you still say this to parents today?
What I say again is I had 3 vaccines, Kasie, when I was a kid, and I was fully compliant. My kids got 72. The current recommendations are, I think, around 77. And
I have a vaccine record for my child, and there are not 77
there are 77 doses. There are 72 doses of 16 vaccines. Oh, that's just a fact.
I always get a chuckle out of these politicians and journalists when they make a statement, when they go on like a podcast or another news station like Fox News, OAN, or Newsmax, and will lie about something or make an outrageous comment, and then when they get asked about it somewhere else, they act like there's no footage exists of them making these false statements. And it's funny how MAGA and Republicans keep getting caught doing this. And I'm glad that she had the receipt. Like, she didn't even waste time calling him out. Like, she just literally said, play the clip. She wasn't having any of it. And boy, did she bring the receipts. And each time he gets called out, his story changes and the numbers change. Every single time. And each time she brilliantly called out RFK Jr. It was just phenomenal, and I enjoyed watching him squirm. It's funny how this guy tried to play this strongman angle when he first entered into the presidential candidacy about a year ago, trying to play off like he was, at least I'm the younger option, when this guy is in bad health himself. This is a man who years with heroin abuse. He admitted on air on a podcast that he had half his brain eaten by a worm parasite, and the guy has had a very raspy voice. The guy can barely talk. And MAGA wants us to put our trust in this guy to run our health administration. What a complete disaster and just a complete all-around joke. The United States really has turned into a laughingstock in just a short week. For all those who didn't vote for him, it's going to be a long, tough 4 years of us getting through. But hopefully, their incompetence will be the one thing that saves us.